What's going on, guys? I was in the middle of working on another video and I went on to Twitter and I saw that Jim Brown had passed away. The reason why this news hit me hard is because I'm a football fan. I am somebody that has known about Jim Brown, his legacy. I watched a ton of old video clips of Jim Brown, his journey, how he transitioned from football to acting. He was a true activist. He was, and I posted a tweet on Twitter. I said, he was a strong man. He was a strong leader, strong personality. And I think that the world is worse off without Jim Brown in it. You would think that somebody like Jim Brown would live forever, right? That's just that's the way that he carried himself. He always carried himself with dignity and class. And this is sad. It really is. Because we don't have a lot of these true activists. A lot of these, not just his activism, who he was as a man and the work that he did with people, especially in the Black community. And I feel like somebody like Jim Brown should be celebrated more. We always talk about this person's the greatest, this person. Jim Brown is somebody definitely should be celebrated because look, he transitioned from football to acting, which is not always the easiest thing to do, right? Him and Fred Williamson, around the same time was able to make their transition. So this news, I'm still trying to find the words here. I'm still a little bit taking it all in, Let's get into some of these details, man. Let's get into some of these details. Let's get into this article. TMZ. Jim Brown, arguably the greatest football player of all time, has died at age 87, TMZ Sports has confirmed. It is with profound sadness that I announce the passing of my husband, Jim Brown. Monique Brown tells us he passed away peacefully last night at our LA home. To the world, he was an activist, actor, and football star. To our family, he was a loving, wonderful husband, father, grandfather. Our hearts are broken. We're told that Jim hadn't been doing well and recently visited by several of his close friends, including Marshall Faulk, Eric Dickerson, and Flavor Flav. Brown, a first-round pick in 1957, sixth overall, went on to win 3 NFL MVP awards. Jim was named to 8 first-team All-Pro teams over the course of his incredible career. He led the NFL in rushing 8 times and rushing touchdown 5 times. He won a championship in 1964. Aside from his prowess on the football field, Brown was also a legendary lacrosse player at Syracuse, where he earned All-American honors. Just an all-around great athlete. After his athletic career, Jim went on to star as a Hollywood actor in films like The Dirty Dozen and Any Given Sunday. In addition to his incredible athleticism and talent on the big screen, Jim was also one of the most prominent voices on civil rights scene. Brown held the Cleveland Summit in June of 1967 in support of Muhammad Ali, who refused to serve in the Vietnam War. Look at the legends in this one photo. And Jim Brown is front and center. This is why I said, strong man, strong personality, strong leader, right? Was a true activist, a guy, who was there. If there was one guy you can depend on, it was always Jim Brown to be there for you, right? Brown was joined by Bill Russell, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and others. The Cleveland Browns released a statement on Friday saying, legend, leader, activist, and visionary, it is impossible to describe the profound love and gratitude we feel for having the opportunity to be a small piece of Jim's incredible life and legacy. We mourn his passing to celebrate the indelible light he brought to the world. Our hearts are with Jim's family, loved ones, and all those he impacted along the way. Pro Football Hall of Fame President Jim Porter also spoke on Brown's passing, saying, when Jim's name was announced in the room, all Hall of Famers stood and applauded him. His persona, has stood the test of time. A fearless and dominant football player, Jim will always be remembered as one of pro football's greatest individuals. Brown, whose number 32 was retired by the Cleveland Browns, was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1971 and the College Football Hall of Fame in 1995. He also was a member of the Lacrosse Hall of Fame, RIP. I don't think there will ever be another Jim Brown type. People might say, well, you can't say never. The time period that Jim Brown was alive and playing sports, not only in college, but in the NFL, then going into Hollywood, he had a lot going against him. Let's be real about this. Jim had a lot going against him, but he persevered. And everything that he put his time into, he was successful at. And he lived a great life. Jim lived a great life. And he impacted a lot of people. That's why this news has really caught me off guard, because you would think that somebody as strong as Jim Brown, even though we get old, he lived to 87. Most people don't live to 87. He did. So Jim has had a great life, and hopefully more people celebrate it. This is a guy who was an absolute legend. Overall, just a legend. People throw the legend word around loosely. I don't. When I say somebody is a legend, they are a legend, whether it's in the field that they are in, or it's the impact that they have made on this earth. And the one thing that Jim has done, he has made an impact that will forever be celebrated. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one. Rest easy to Jim Brown.